All right, hello everyone. Once again, this is Eric. I'm the Director of Agent Systems here at eReal Estate Corp. And today I'm going to be going over the software system Real Scout. Real Scout is the best system I've come across to keep your buyers up to date on properties that are available within their criteria. It offers other great features that I'll go over in this video, but essentially that's the main purpose of the system. Okay. So diving right into it from the beginning, I'm just going to go through all these tabs here on the left side, okay? Starting with my account, if I go to my profile. So once you set up your account, you guys are going to want to, you're probably going to submit all the general information, your email, phone number, etc. But when you log in, come into this little section and check out all the things that you can add, such as your social media URLs, business address. You can customize this little message, your photo, and just fill this up with all the information you can. This is also where you're going to find a really cool link that they provide for you, which is your home search map. So I do want to clarify, hold on, before I go in there, I do want to clarify that this is not your IDX system like on your website. So for those of you who don't know what IDX is, I'll show you exactly. IDX is when you have the properties from the MLS being fed into your website the way we have it currently. Okay, this is not the same system. That's in the system we use called Showcase IDX, which I'll go over in a different training. But I wanted to clarify that this is its own standalone system that offers other stuff. So you may be asking why use two different systems? Well, because one does things that the other doesn't, and vice versa. Okay. And so yeah, going back to your profile, you're gonna want to just make sure you fill out all this information as best you can. And then and this is where you access this great link where you can also just send people. This is right here. Yep. So, you want to just have people search on Real Scout itself. Then you could just send them a link to look, and it is going to look like this, and people could just do their own search. Right? It's up to you whether you want to send them here or whether you want to send them to your website to search properties as well. But like I said, these systems are both separate, okay? But I prefer to have people go to my website, but it's up to you. You do have the option to use this link instead, okay? And here, people can come just like they would on Zillow or Trulia or any of those other softwares. They can come and just search property, put in their the cities they want to look in, the price range, and other filters as well. Okay, so that's what you get here on this little page. The next tab I'm going to go over are the settings, and here you're going to find just some general settings. You have the option to activate or deactivate some of these. It's up to you. You can come around and play with these. And I do want to clarify, guys, right now. But by no means am I a Real Scout expert per se. I'm just going over with you guys what I've learned about the system, and I've gotten to learn it very well. But there may be stuff that we come across that I haven't used myself, or you guys may be able to explore and come back and teach me. Okay. So anyway, these are your settings. Come mess around with this if you want. When I read through these, it didn't seem like anything that I really want to activate. So I left all that deactivated and I kept these activated. Okay. Phone number, emails, change your password, pretty obvious there, okay? And then I'm not gonna go over these other two, they're pretty obvious. Your billing if you need to go through that, and log out if you need to there, okay? So now I'm gonna go into this dashboard here. And on this dashboard, this is essentially what you want. This is your end goal right here. Because I wake up in the morning and I go into my Real Scout app on my phone, and you can also go down on your computer, whatever you prefer. And I like to, just for fun, and for my business, see who's looking at properties this morning. As you guys can see, I have people looking at properties just 30 minutes ago, an hour ago, and it just gives me all the people exactly what properties they were looking at, how many times they looked at it, so on and so forth. All this great information, right? And you can also filter through it. So if I want to filter it, and I just want to see people who opened emails and viewed properties, it's just only going to give me that information. So you can switch your filters in and out. Gives you a nice little a snippet of the numbers, how many people have been looking at properties, how many homes, how many emails were open. You can see quick access to your messages. Generally, I notice people would rather just email you or text you rather than using the messaging through the Real Scout app. But as long as we're getting the information, right? And then you also have this little option up here to add clients and create listing alerts, which I'll go over in a second. These two buttons here is kind of pretty much the same thing as this one. So you can create a new client or select an existing client and create an email alert for them. And then market my Real Scout platform gives you, this is pretty much the same link. It's going to take you to this one as well. So that's just another way to access that link. And then this one also lets you customize a certain search. So if I go here, you guys are going to see that it's going to it's not going to customize a certain search. That's something else. This is going to provide people with the option to create their own listing alert. And it gives you this cool little landing page where people can go through step by step, say, hey, you want access to my system that's going to give you properties automatically? Here's a link and you can set it up yourself. Personally, I prefer to set it up for people. And, I generally understand that people won't do it themselves. It's better if you kind of just do it for them. So that way you make sure they're getting the properties. But let's kind of walk through this just so you guys have an idea of how this goes, how this kind of works out. So first they put their info, they put what areas you're looking in, right? I'm gonna go Redondo Beach. So this is, again, the example of somebody setting up their own search criteria, right? I'm gonna do maximum, let's say 2 million. And I want for sale, single family, and I wanna get the updates daily. You can choose whether you want them ASAP, monthly, or disabled. Let's say I want them daily. I only want 1 email a day. And then you can add certain specific criteria that you want, like you want a large yard, high ceiling, and all this criteria that they're selecting is based on what agents input on the MLS when you're setting up the list. Okay, so if I go next, then it's going to take me to my current matches, and it already set up my account. So here on out, going forward, the client, I'm going to get emails within this search criteria. Okay, so you have the option to let people set it up themselves. Like I said, I kind of would prefer to rather do it for them, but you can use that maybe as a link to for a Facebook ad or social media post or in your email signature for whatever you like. You can repurpose this in many ways. And you also have access to your support as well very easily. Real Scout's great. They have tons of training, tons of videos to help you through everything. Okay, so now I'm going to go over this next tab, which is clients. Okay, so here's the list of all the clients that I have in my Real Scout. Right off the bat, it's kind of cool. It gives you some very general data of everybody who's looking at properties, some people that you may have put in the wrong email like I did here, or that you disabled. So if you go through here, you're going to see all the general numbers of who's been looking at what and how much. Okay, so you can also import clients. So if you have a list of databases that you want to import the clients to, you can go through here, go through the setup. You put up your spreadsheet. It has to be in a spreadsheet format, and then you can send them an email so they can create their own searches, and it's going to take them back to that link I was just at, this one, so they can set up their own search. Okay, so yeah, you can input your own database from wherever you want as long as it's on a spreadsheet, and then you can put them all in your Real Scout. Okay, you have the option to manipulate the last time they were looking at property. So if I just want to go the last 24 hours, it's not going to give me the data for anything else, so on and so forth. Last 10 days, last 30 days. So you can change the data that you're looking at. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through an example of what it looks like to add a client into your Real Scout. Okay, so if I go add client, and this is the same button we saw earlier on the dashboard. This is the same little pop-up, the same setup. Okay, so if I go, I'm gonna just use myself as the example, gmail.com, and I go Erick Claudio. Let's put in the information. Phone number is optional, source is optional. If you have the information, just input it. So see, the thing is that I've already been added as a client here. So let me just put a different address so that way you guys can see how it flows. So when you go create client, it asks you to create a listing alert for them. Okay, so the listing alert, the first thing you have to select is whether you're doing residential, whether you're doing multifamily, lots, or commercial as well. No, it doesn't offer the commercial option, sorry. So it has the option to select which kind of listing alert you want for this client. And you can add multiple listing alerts to clients. So if you have a buyer that's looking for single family and units, you can add multiple listing alerts. And I'll show you guys how to do that in a second, okay? But this is the setup process it takes you through when you're adding a new client. Customized listing alert. So like I said, I prefer to do it for people. And then you go say active, coming soon. And all of these search filters are generally the same ones you see like on the MLS. And you can get pretty specific. But let's say I'm looking for single family and townhome under 2 million. Sorry. With at least 3 beds. Okay. And then of course, any other criteria you want to input, you can here. And then you scroll down a little bit more and you have the cities. I'm gonna add Redondo Beach and Torrance. Okay. So this is me setting up a listing alert. So that way my buyers start getting information, right? So the next thing you do is you would save the client and you select the client, which is me. You name the search, put SFR and townhomes for Eric, and you decide how often they want to get the emails. So I like to put daily, they get 1 email a day from you. It's not overwhelming. If they're, kind of passive, not really looking, you can go monthly. And so if you go daily, you can also pick what days of the week. If I just want them to get emails on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I just deselect those days that they don't get it. You have these other options to send it to yourself, and then suppress natural language intro. So I wouldn't click that. I'll show you guys what that is in a second, but pretty much it lets the system create a nice little description of the properties you're sending automatically based on the property descriptions. And then you can also have it send open house reminders before each weekend, which I think is something cool. So then you just hit save. And then it takes you to all the properties that you have right now. So these are, you're going to be sending them properties based on what you selected earlier, right? On how often, but there's properties available now that you may want to send them. Okay. So what you do is you can go through them, select some, select all of them, whatever you want, right? And then you just go send whichever one you select. So, and then you can customize a nice little message here. You can go, Eric sent you 25 listings. Hey, Eric, check out all these homes. And then you go send now, and boom. So now you just set up your client. They're going to get those properties that are available now. Plus they're going to start getting all of the automatic emails for all the homes that become available within this criteria. So this is generally the way that I set it up, so I can set it up for them. As you guys saw, there's ways for them to set it up on their own, and they can sign up for it as well through that little landing page. Yeah. So when they get this email, it's going to look a little something like this. Let me find it. Let me find one for example. So check it out. Eric sent you 17 listings. This is how it looks. So this is what I did earlier. So you guys saw I did a little message. Hey, Eric, check out these homes. This is where that message is going to show up, and it's going to give you all the properties in a nicely displayed email with the photos and all the general information of the property. And let's say they like one. When they click it, it looks like this. Displays the pictures nice and big, has your information on the corner, gives you more data as you scroll. They can click, if they click interested or not interested, that information gets fed back to you. So I like to tell my clients, give it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs down, depending on what you like. It gives you all this great information about the area and all the other stuff that you may want your clients to know about a property. Okay. So I really like the way Real Scout displays the properties, because some of you guys have probably used the MLS auto listing update, and it gives you like this link. You click the link and it takes you to this clunky looking thing. And people are very visual. They're gonna start looking for things that are visually appealing. So this displays it in a very nice and professional manner. So I would suggest using this one. So what I'm also going to show you really quick is going back to my clients so I don't jump around too much. Erick Claudio. I told you guys earlier that you can have multiple searches set up for the same client. So if the client wants, like I said, SFR and townhomes, and they want also units, add another listing alert. And you go through the same process again, multifamily, Erick Claudio, start searching, and you go through the whole process that I just went. Okay. I'm also going to show you guys the kind of data it gives you when you have a client that's been looking at properties quite frequently. Let me find one that one of my clients has been looking at a lot of houses. This gentleman has been looking at a lot of houses. He has these 2 listing alerts set up, and you have your client profile. It's going to give you all the information on the client. And this is the one that I like to go to, is recent activity. So it's going to tell you all the recent activity that's been going on between Real Scout and this buyer. So it's going to track all the emails it sent at the times that they opened them. And, you can just see, you can scroll back to as far as you want. This guy's been looking at properties for a while. You should buy something. So check it out. What I meant earlier when you guys remember earlier that there was that little thing that you can check that said suppress natural language introductions. And this is exactly what is meant. So right here, you see, when I set up this auto email for Mark in these areas, and it has new properties to send him, since it had 2 properties to send him here, it created this nice little message for him. I didn't create this message. Real Scout created this on its own. As you can see, it says these properties match what you're looking for. This property features a main floor master bedroom, a pool, and then it gives you a description on the other one. So it's really cool because Real Scout will help you sell the properties a little bit more without the clients having to click on the property and then read the whole description to get a good idea of what it's about. So I would suggest leaving that setting available so your clients can get these nice little messages when you send the properties. Okay. But yeah, it gives you all these great little stats on the person, shows you all the homes that they've been looking at as well. Okay. Gives you a nice little map search as well. So it breaks it down in a very, very detailed way for them to be able to check it out. So see, you have the client details here, the client profile. It gives you all the likes, all the dislikes, and all this great information. Okay. So if we go, and again, like I said earlier, there's stuff on here that I haven't even messed with, but if you guys do happen to learn something that's good, let me know, and that way we can implement it as well. But so far, it's been amazing. It's helped me do more business. So if I go to the next tab, moving on to search, here, you can just do a general search. So say I have a client, Eric, send me everything that's available right now in Redondo Beach, right? And I would probably put them on an email listing alert. But if you just have somebody who just wants a one-off email one time, then you can do this as well. So you go active coming soon. You guys remember this? Go 2 million, and that's 200,000. No, there's nothing for 200,000. 2 million, and then you want to go Redondo Beach. Sorry, Redondo Beach. 5 results. View the results. I want to send all 5, so I go send 5, and I pick the client that I want to send it to. They got to be in your Real Scout already. Customize a nice little message, and they hit send now, and boom. So this is more of like a one-off, one email, one time that you want to send them. I mean, I would just put them on the email listing alert, rather than do this. But there may be a special occasion where they just want something one time. Okay. So coming into the next tab, which is messages. This is pretty obvious. This is where you see all your client messages. You can go through them. Again, I generally I find that people would rather just text you, right? Or just send you an email rather than using the messages they use here. I also noticed that there's some kind of reverse prospecting tool through Real Scout because I've gotten messages from other agents explaining, hey, this property looks like it fits your criteria, your client's criteria. So it looks like other agents who have Real Scout as well can send emails about their listings to other agents within the Real Scout network. So this is also another great tool that I myself haven't really explored, but I do know it's a capability. Moving on to the next tab here, which is disclosures. So on this one, I haven't messed with this one too much myself, but I do know that it's a way to be able to share the disclosures on a property on your listing in a very easy way. So there's a cool little tutorial here that is 1 minute long that I wanted to show you guys. Let me just make sure that the audio is going to be sharing as well. Share sound. So I'm gonna hit play. Hopefully you guys are able to hear this.
Announcing the newest feature from Real Scout, Real Scout Disclosures. Using Real Scout Disclosures, you can easily create a great looking disclosure package, share it with agents or potential buyers, and track their activity in real time. Uploading disclosure documents and creating a package is super easy. Just drag and drop your files, create file groups, and even generate a cover letter, add an offer date and instructions, and you're ready to share. There's two easy ways to share your package. You can direct share to any email address, or using your public link and landing page, agents can register to download files. When agents accept your invitation or request access, you can track their activity in real time to make sure they have received and downloaded your disclosure package. Need to make an update? You can easily upload new files and notify everyone of the changes. Best of all, Real Scout Disclosures is completely free. So what are you waiting for? Start using Real Scout Disclosures today.
So that's pretty much an overview on this disclosure section for Real Scout, which I think is pretty cool, right? Make it very easy when you get a new listing. Just add in all the documents in there and make it a very easy link where agents could input their information and you can track who's been looking at the disclosures, so on and so forth. So it's just a great way to just do more tracking for your listings, okay? Moving on to the next tab here, extras. So these are some pretty cool things that they offer as well. Going into this one, social media. This is a really cool tool if you want to use it for like a social media post or just kind of share some information. So say I wake up today and I go, I want to share on my Facebook all the homes that are currently for sale in Redondo Beach, right? So you just type in a quick criteria here. This one doesn't let you get as detailed as the other ones. So this is just like a public link. So you go Redondo Beach. Let's keep the same example, 2 million, okay? And then at least 3 beds, and then we want single family only, and you can put different types on here, but we only want ones for sale. So if you go, it creates this link for you for this specific search criteria that anybody can come look at. So if I go to the link, it's going to give me all the homes within the criteria that I just typed in. So grab this link, put it on your social media. Hey, check out all the homes available in Redondo Beach today. You know, you can use it in it's just a link. So you can put this anywhere, email it to a client, whatever you want to do. But the way they market it here is to use it for social media. Okay. So moving on to the next one, integrations. So you can integrate with other systems such as, this is the integration section here on the extras. So right here, you know, you guys may not mess with this one too much. I haven't explored it myself very much, but you can integrate somehow to Zillow, Realtor, Zapier, and these other systems. I have messed with it on Zapier. It's the only one that I have messed with. So you can do something like if you can create a Zap, and Zapier is a whole other system as well. But you can do something, for example, where tell the softwares, if I create a new client in Real Scout, also create another client, the same client with the same information on Go High Level, which we explained in the first tutorial, and we'll keep going over that system as well. But so Zapier is a kind of a median that connects other softwares with each other, right? But you can integrate it with other softwares such as that one, okay? Moving on to this widgets tab here. So this is something that you guys may not use much either, but pretty much this is something you can grab and put on your website. So a widget is just like this little piece of code. And what you do is you put it on the website so that way people can have like this bar that I have. This is my Showcase IDX bar, but this is the one from Real Scout, right? And this is pretty much, you can customize the colors and stuff here. Moving on to this next one, this landing page. Okay, this is another little link and kind of bonus that they offer. So if you want a little landing page for people to come start putting in their home criteria that they're looking for, if I click it, this is how it looks. So people can come, start, it's just a little landing page with quick information if they want to go over Redondo Beach. Search, just walk through this so you guys can see what the people go through. So you can see everything available in Redondo Beach. And it takes you all back to those same links that I was just going over with you guys. And because I'm already signed up, if you're not signed up, it's going to tell your clients to sign up right here, a little button. It doesn't make them sign up like on forcefully. And personally, I think people should just be able to look at properties, right? But you do have the option to make them sign up. And that was back on the settings over here that we went through at the beginning. Personally, I like to just let them freely look at properties without any commitment, okay? But that's, I think we're coming to an end here. So, I mean, the last tabs here are the tutorials and help. So they have all these great articles and all this great information on how to use more of their stuff, right? And then you can also submit requests to their support team as well if you ever have any trouble. But thank you for watching this tutorial. Keep your eyes open for episode 3 of Tech Talks with Erick Claudio. And I'm all done with this part. So I'm going to stop recording now. Stop recording.